And namaste again, a third time, my beautiful queens. And this one is number 3. For those of you who chose number 3, this is a third spread of a spread which is called Unmasked, which opens and tells us everything about your man you're thinking about. If you chose number 3, this one is to you. Again, what questions we are going to ask? His intentions, he openly shows you his true intentions. Okay, we are going to keep this as number 1. His feelings, which he shows you, his true feelings, what he will openly do about you, about your relationship, what he will do behind your back, and the outcome. We are looking at the nearest future, minimum of 3 months, maximum of 6 months. So first one, goals he openly shows, intentions he openly shows, true intentions of his, feelings he shows you his true feelings, what he will do openly towards you, what he will do behind your back, if he is going to do something behind your back, the outcome of this all. So my beautiful queens, again, this is the one of a third spread, which is called Unmasked. So no masks, all the questions answered. So let us go. This card fell out of a deck, so I put it first one. Goals he openly shows you, shows us the most beautiful card in major arcanas, the Sun. So he shows you that his intentions are phenomenal. But who you see here? God. You can see a Ra. So you can have a little bit downside of the Sun, which is it's a man who has big ego and wants to be worshipped. And forgive my dog. Fiery sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So what he shows you that he is so happy with you, that you brought him joy and happiness in sunlight, that you brought him peace with himself, that you brought him such happiness he had never seen before, that you take him and love him the way he is. You are not trying to change him, you're not trying to make him into something else, you just love him unconditionally. Be careful. Be careful, because the typical Sun can sometimes talk about narcissists, so be careful. So he shows you that he wants to be with you, that all the obstacles will be broken, that all the scars would be healed, all the arguments will be gone, all the bridges are going to be destroyed. Destroyed, are going to be rebuilt if they were destroyed. He shows you that he's open. He shows you that he loves you. He shows you lots of passion when he makes love with you. He shows you everything, gentleness, love, and everything you can even think of. Plus, of course, you see very masculine man, very bright man, energetic man, creative man, and he shows you here his true love. So, you're my sunshine, my only sunshine. He shows it to you. But I don't know what happened to my music, but what are the true intentions? What are true intentions of his? Is he... Well, actually, his true intentions are exactly the same as the Sun. True intentions are 9 of Cups. Well, congratulations. I hope the rest of the cards are as beautiful as they are here. So Nine of Cups, the card which talks about you are my chance of my dream to come true. Beautiful card, but again we see a man here who is a little bit too much into himself, but true intentions are he wants to be with you. He is in heaven when he is with you. His intentions to stay with you, to drink you, to be with you, to hug you, to make love with you. A very, very erotic card. Make love with slowly making love for a long time and really wake up and stare at your face and fall asleep staring at your face. And it's passion. It's him being happy, joyful, harmony, blah 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 blah, you name it. But this, your perfect lover. First of all, lovers who know how to enjoy each other. So of course his true intentions is actually to be with you. His intentions he shows you and is to be with you. Intentions, true intentions, is to be with you as well. But again, please be careful, because there is narcissism here. He's probably just a little bits of narcissism, but you need to see your own situation, because this is right. You know, do you see a man here who's gonna worship you? No, it's kind of a man you need to worship him, and you will seeing a man who is really enjoying himself. So you a little bit down. There is a little downside of this type of personality, but you know better. You know better your man, right? So his feelings, he shows you. Feelings he shows you. Six of Pentacles. So Six of Pentacles is my beautiful queens. What I do not like about Six of Pentacles is that it's a card of him being given more than he is giving himself. So Six of Pentacles is his feeling that he feels that he gives you as much as you give him. It's like I love you, you love me. I give pleasure to you, you give pleasure to me. This is a certain type of the balance. In this card, this is first meaning of this card, is there is a certain type of balance. You respect him, he respects you. But at the same time, my dear, okay, there is a lot of sexual energies right here. Like this has a lot of sexual energy here. This one has a lot of sexual energy here. But at the same time, my beautiful queens, we can be dealing with a situation where one of the partners is, because we are talking pentacles, he probably is richer than you, in higher society position than you, so on and so on. Or sometimes it can be talking about emotional depend. So either you depending on him financially, or you depending on him emotionally. You know, like you cannot live without him. So you give and give, and you give yourself away, and you give yourself away. If we take into consideration the raw God, so you can be in a tendency, of course, if you fall in love with a man like this, who is a raw God, who is a man who is used to really have all the women around him lying at his feet, begging him, please love me, please do not do this, because man like this is gonna be walking away from you if you're not a challenge. You have to be constant challenge for a man like this, a constant challenge. So you doing much more steps towards him, you're doing much more for him than you receiving. So if this is the case, my beautiful queens, you please have to give as much as you don't give too much. Read the book which is called Why Men Love Bitches. It's funny, hysterical, unfortunately true. Be a challenge, be a queen yourself, because a man like this, if he is a god Ra, you are a goddess. Okay, so what he the feelings he shows you pretty much, I am in balance with you, I am wonderful with you, I am comfortable with you. Actually, it's a positive card. It also talks about him wanting to make this union stronger, and it's you see, it's just it's a good positive card. So his feelings, of course, I would love to see in the position of his feelings, I would love to see some cups here, but it's not bad. And what are his true feelings? What is his, okay, pentacles, I mean, it's not bad, but it's pentacles. True feelings are not bad, but you see, my beautiful queens, you are dealing with his feelings are not mature yet to you. Maybe you haven't known each other for a long time yet, but we're having a page of pentacles here. It's not bad, not bad at all, but we have pentacles. What is a page of pentacles? It's a kid. For some of you, of course, you could be dealing with the sun, with the fiery sign Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but some of you with Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. What is the true feelings of his? They didn't develop yet for to the Knight of Pentacles or to the King of Pentacles, but there is a great potential here. He dreams to be successful in love. Means he tells himself, okay, if you wanna be with this woman, you have to study this woman, do what she likes to do. Okay, she likes pasta carbonara, then you need to learn to make a pasta carbonara. If for example, I am dying for men who can play a guitar or a piano or a guitar, especially somehow a guitar, they can sing and play guitar, and I'm a goner. And also men who can cook. It's just a cooking man is such a rare thing. I probably saw 2 times in my life. So he tells himself, concentrate, and he does take you as a treasure, and he does take you as a really, like, his love making to you. He takes you as this treasure in your body, as this most exquisite instrument, where he needs to know, to learn how to touch you, how to kiss you, to make you lose your mind. So but at the same time, what can be irritating a little bit, he's too practical. See, this is the feelings, position. So he's a little bit too practical. He wants him to tell you that your hair like silk and your beautiful lips are like rose petals, and wanna start with your lower lip and go to your upper lip and then to a lower lip and so on and so on. No, this is not a romantic type, my beautiful girls. If you want to get some romanticism from this man, no, but this man will cook you dinner. This man will ask you, okay, everything is taken care of. He will, if your air conditioner is gonna be broken, he's gonna fix it or hire somebody to fix it. So it's not the one who is, extremely romantic, but at the same time, they have a great potential to become a very reliable and faithful partner. Let's see what's next right here. What he will openly do, what comes to your relationship, openly, he's not gonna be very pleasant. Okay, page, okay, girls, dealing with some immaturity here. We are dealing with some immaturity, and again, immaturity can come to a man even if he's 93. It's inside. Openly, my dear queens, he will be acting like a page of swords. So please be careful him to be blowing hot and cold. And please take into consideration pages. Have you ever seen easy children? I do not think you saw easy kids. The page is representation of between a toddler and teenager. It's kind of like a teenager. So openly, how he will be acting with you in the nearest future, it could be very big headache, being honest with you, because what it is, he's again immature. So he can act as selfish. He can act irritating or be irritated. He can argue. He can really, this argument start on nothing. He can enjoy this little fight. It's just the behavior, how he's going to be behaving. So don't really go crazy about his behavior, because this is a behavior of a page. So what you need to do is stay calm and cool. My beautiful queen, something I have to tell you about. Whenever you see in a spread a page of swords, this is a wounded child. What can take place very often, and I can tell you that 98% of page of swords shows a child whose emotional world was suddenly broken. So either abuse in a family, emotional, physical, or one of the parents leaves, or one of the parents gets into affair. Something happens. So it's a happy child, and something happens suddenly, and his emotional world of this little kid suddenly was turned into little pieces. So in order to survive, he had to pull out a sword, and he said to himself, I have to be sharp and cold and cruel in order to survive. So unfortunately, he can act like he can spoil any relationship, even the most beautiful relationship. He can really screw up, because it's a page of swords. But this is his behavior openly, so please please be ready that he can act like this. He can resist. He can do his own way. He can fight his own things. But at the same time, they look so innocent sometimes, like this wounded, there is pain. I know he's telling you something nasty, but inside of his eyes there is pain, and you know that you are acting like this not because you are by nature like this, but because life made you to this. But again, my beautiful queens, I'm repeating a million and first time, a gazillion and first time, that this should not be an excuse for you to handle abusive behavior, whether he's a wounded child or he had the most horrific childhood or youth. Actions of a man determine what you do with a man. Only actions of a man determine what you will do with him. Do not ever allow anybody to treat you the way you don't, less than what you deserve. Ever, ever, ever. This should not be an excuse. So see the situation how it is going to be, and what he will do behind your back. Very interesting. And behind your back, it's a King of Wands. Behind your back, he's not going to do anything bad, because behind your back, he will not do anything inappropriate. It's not going to be behind your back lying or cheating, or having his hidden agenda or his own agenda, or doing his own way. King of Wands is a noble man. It's actually, my favorite card right here. I already told you before, my favorite card is the King of Wands. Behind your back, he is not going to do anything inappropriate, and anything what would hurt you, or would scar you, or would make you being disappointed in him, even though it's a very passionate type of a man. The Sun and the King of Wands, of course, says that some of you indeed are dealing with the fire sign. But there are cups and pentacles here, so you could be dealing with anybody. But because we actually have their king right here in this spread, so some of you indeed are dealing with the fire sign. So behind your back, he is not going to do anything wrong. Outcome of this whole situation. Ooh, okay. All right. Resurrection. So good that I have plenty of time. Judgment. Judgment is a very serious card, very serious. It talks about karmic relationship. Of course, we are dealing with their King of Wands right here. What is judgment as an outcome? Huge changes in your love life. Huge changes. So it's a chance. Of course, we have here again, my music just cuts off. We're having here the Page of Swords, which shows some inappropriate behavior he does openly to you. But judgment talks about the chance to make things right. Whatever this Page of Swords has done, he will do everything to resurrect, to bring back the harmony. Everything comes back to where it belongs again. You are karmically connected. Again, this connection is through past life. So this, even if for some time you could be break up with him, sometimes Page of Swords does it. Then this temporary separation of you would be better for both of you. So judgment brings the forgiving of the old things and healing of the old wounds. Karmic untangle of the karmic knots, resolving of the problems. For those of you, if you separated for some time or are in separation right now, again, we're talking about absolute transformation in the soul level. Because what do you see in the card of Judgment? If I bring it closer to you, you see that the angel is blowing a horn. So the old life, you see those souls are rising. So the old life, the physical life is over, but in fact nothing is over. They are rising for the new life. And judgment very often talks about finding the other half, the new love. And what was lost, because when physical life is over, of course that lots of things are lost, because you lose everything you are used to having physical. You lose your friends, your family members, you know, your home, your chair, your things you are used to in many years while you are in physical. And it's scary and it's frustrating and it's terrifying, but then you rise to new life, to a life in the levels, to the life in the place of the spirits, in unlimited. When you are unlimited, when you can be in million places at the same time, where you see galaxies and dimensions and levels and planets, and you can travel anywhere you want. This is freedom. And also whatever was sleeping deep inside, like death, rises inside of you. It's awakening and it's being ready for a completely new situation. This is the deepest, the most strongest changes you can think of. This is love which seems like it was lost, but this love comes again, resurrects again, comes to him, to both of you, and say, like this horn, like this angel with a horn, get up, it's time. It's a decision which is made. It's the news of resurrection and union. Of course, it's hard to say. It requires much more cards to look into this, but the transformation, this transformation is never easy. You have to understand this, girls. This transformation is never easy. This transformation requires time, but this is a very strong love. Very strong love, very ancient love, very transformational love. And sometimes this card plays as if you combine Devil, Tower, and Five of Swords together, but Pluto comes, breaks everything old and brings new. You have no other chances and choices but to resurrect to a new love and to a new life. So this, my beautiful girls, is everything about the spread number 3. I hope it was helpful. I am wishing you all the most beautiful things in the world. And again, remember, only the actions of men should determine what you do about two of you. Namaste.